Hello everyone, in this video I'll be covering how to create an easy to play beginner tactical class. This will be part of a new series I'm starting where I will show a few classes I think could benefit players, and in this one I think that this beginner class that I will be creating will benefit mostly new tactical players. I will be doing ones for the other classes later, but most of all I know most about the tactical marine, so I'll be starting with him, and let's jump right into it. Okay, here it is. This is my easy to use tactical marine for new players. So, the first things first, Artificer Power Armor. This is basically standard issue on almost all my classes. Only in very certain ones do I not take Artificer Armor. It provides good overall stats bonuses for what you're getting. Now, I could suggest going Relic Armor, but it's getting to that point in the tree could be a bit difficult. These are all very easy stuff to acquire in the trees, like ammo kits, crack bundles, easy stuff, nothing too exotic. Strong Seal of Medicare, because I believe health is superior to armor in most circumstances. Health units, minor, major. Consumables, as per just a normal ammunition pack. Now, I did say in a recent video that I don't care for the ammo pack myself. However, I think for new players it's pretty great because most likely they don't have the best aim, so this could help them bring more ammunition to the field. This is why instead of going for something like a fast reloading magazine or armor piercing rounds, I went for a drum mag, so because it gives you that ammunition to win fights with. You don't have to reload as often. But if you're more experienced, I would recommend the fast reload magazine. But drum magazine is good as well. The ammo pack, good thing to have. However, you could also have a medic pack, which when you don't know how to play this team-based game, a medic pack will always come in handy. So it's more preference what you want to go for. Do you want to heal yourself or do you want to bring more ammunition? I think the ammunition is better because there'll be plenty of, actually no, from what I've seen, apothecaries don't really usually play that great. They usually fuck themselves over quite a lot. So, my bolt gun is quite heavily modded with the CQC barrel, because I believe the bolter, in my opinion, as a ranged weapon, that's not where its strength lies. Its strength lies in close quarters combat engagements from close to medium range. It does not benefit, in my opinion, enough from a thing like the extended barrel, simply due to the fact that it adds range but decreases the overall damage of the weapon, but stops the damage drop off. The bolter simply isn't built for that. I believe the CQC is better, and I'd rather do CQC incredibly well than do CQC moderately well. So, the grip, honestly I think the spread grip is the best because it lowers the reticle, and the bolt gun's spread overall is not that bad. It really is not. Now, one thing I do want to mention on this kit, the Carrack bundle, and I've went through this in my last video. There will be another build I'm showing you in this video which all beginning players should have. Immediately they should go for one of these. In this build I believe the Carrack bundle is fine. It's probably your best option. However, the frag bundle is an option. Do not take a melta bomb class in a dedicated anti-infantry class. This is a primary anti-infantry class. You should be taking anti-infantry grenades. However, Carrack bundles are more vehicle focused. However, they can be used against enemies, and they're very effective. You manage to stick them on them. They will always, if you hit the enemy with them, force them to roll, or they will force them to die if they don't have any stamina. I've had a few stupid enemies not notice the Carrack stuck to them and walk into more enemies. And in my opinion, the explosion from a Carrack, if it's stuck on an enemy, will kill them instantly, rather than a frag grenade explosion where it does no damage. Well, it does damage. It'll probably drop their armor and do some health damage. However, it's just not enough to kill the enemy. Very rarely I've killed an enemy with a frag bundle. Melta bomb, too encumbersome to carry on a anti-infantry class, and servo skull. For squad leaders, I would say this is very important. For normal infantry, it's good for racking up points, so that is a good thing. But this is the best beginner class I can come up with. So quickly I'm going to show you another class, and these two classes I believe are essential. The game gives you two, however I believe these two classes are absolutely essential for playing well at Eternal Crusade with a team. And here is a dedicated anti-vehicle class that you should have ready and available on most maps in the game. This is probably the best way you can make it. I believe it's one and a half bursts from a melter gun, and a melter bomb will completely destroy a tank. This is mobile, very easy to use because the melter bomb is placed, it isn't thrown. Very important to note, because you don't want to be trying to throw these. I've seen more than a few new players accidentally kill teammates. Health is a thing I take over armor, as you know, and the standard melter gun will do just fine. The Mastercraft, don't bother with Mastercraft weapons, they are not worth the benefit, even if they look very cool. Don't go near them, use the standard weapons. Now, one thing I do want to mention, I don't touch the bolt pistol or the knife. I do not upgrade the bolt pistol or the knife at all, because the knife is a your last stand weapon, essentially. Either you've got no ammunition in your primary, secondary, or you're in melee combat. This is the stuff you'll be using. And even then, as a tactical, it's better usually to wait for a fast attack defense bash and then shoot them in the head with either your primary or secondary. If you've got a melter gun, you will not fire fast enough. You will obviously not charge up the gun fast enough to get a burst off before they can attack again. So I would recommend switching to secondary and firing, aim for the head and kill them. Best bet. Now, one thing I don't want to spend too much time on is the smart bow pistol. Well, I think this thing's a bit cheap and it doesn't have a place in the game, but for Raptors and Assault and Jump Assaults, this is fine. This is fine for them, but I don't think every infantry class should have access to it. Mostly because by clicking the lock on melee button, this thing locks on. It does not break lock on. Now, as you see, it does do less damage, like quite significant amount less damage, However, it still decreases the skill, and I think it's just better getting good with the standard bolt gun, because it's just cheap, in my opinion. However, you can do what you want with it. You get both of these you get both the bolt pistol and the smart bolt pistol from the very start, so it doesn't matter too much. It's more of a personal preference. I choose the standard because if you want to aim over distance, it's a bit better. Well, it's not, and the smart bolt pistol is probably the better choice for new players. However, for most things, this is what you want to be running on anti-vehicle classes, dedicated anti-vehicle classes. And I guess there's not much more to say. That'll probably do it for this video. I really hope these class guides help, because I was once a new player and I realized it can be hard and a bit overwhelming to, think what is the best, what are some of the best classes. Now, do remember, the classes here I built here are, in my opinion, they're subjective, and I believe they are simply the best for a new player to get easily acquainted with the game. Some people will question the taking of a drum magazine over a fast reload magazine, and they don't want to push new players into bad habits. And I would argue that, they can worry about reloading later on, because the extended magazine basically, takes away the worry of having to reload every so often. And it is a thing, and if you're in a firefight, you'll usually want to have more ammunition and less. It makes it less of a problem for new players. But anyway, guys, I hope this guide helped, and on it, if it did help, please, don't feel, please share it. But anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now.